Hello and welcome to another episode on the WealthyGen podcast. So we love end of the year. It is the season for so many things that are important to us, such as the Thanksgiving and the Christmas. There is also the cooking, the shopping, and the gifting that are associated with the season. But have you ever thought of this season as the period that you can significantly grow your wealth? In this episode, I share simple and specific money moves that you can make this year end to make more money and to start the new year on a strong financial path. Let's dive into this. Welcome to the WealthyGen podcast. I am Dr. Charity Ezenwa Onaku. I'm an educator, a social entrepreneur, and the founder of WealthyGen. The most important investment you could ever make is investing in yourself. By spending some time with me today, you are building your knowledge and your financial capacity. My goal is to bring you an inspiring message to help you build sustainable wealth. Your journey to becoming financially free and building true wealth starts right now. Thomas Eliot was a famous 20th century poet. He once said, and I quote, "For last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. And to make an end is to make a beginning." That is a wonderful quote by Thomas Eliot. Now, whether you are already making money or you are just starting, as you end every year, you must begin another year with the goal to do even better. So we are going to begin the new year with a new voice and a new language. What's going to be your new voice? And what's going to be your new language? The first thing you are going to do is to check on your investments. It doesn't matter what kind or what size of investment you have. You are going to evaluate and rebalance them. If you do not have any investments at all, that is, if you haven't started investing, that's okay. Starting to invest can be your new voice or your new language. Make it your number one goal to start investing no matter how much money you may have. Now, let's get to the money moves you need to make this year end on your investments. So you're going to check your mix of stocks, your bonds, real estate, short-term investments, and you're going to rebalance them. But here's the basics. The market is never still. It moves up or down following a cycle. So when you hear that the stock market is down, it doesn't really mean that the money in the stock market just disappeared. Rather, it means that the investors are moving their money away from the stock market and investing it in a different class of assets. Here's an example. Assuming you invested your money only on stocks, when the stock market is going down, investors are likely moving their money into bonds, and bond market will be gaining as the stock market is losing. So if you only invested in stocks, you'll be losing money, right? But if you had a good mix of stocks and bonds, when you lose money in the stock market, you will make gains in your bond market to offset the losses in the stock market. So how much you should have for each asset class, how much money or how much investment you should have in stocks, bonds, or real estate or short-term investments, all depends on your financial goals. And it also depends on the kind of investor you are. So your money move this year end will be to check your portfolio to make sure that your mix of assets are still aligned with your goals. If you find that your portfolio is not well balanced or is not well diversified, or that you have more stocks than bonds or more bonds than you planned, this is the time for you to rebalance. You can sell some of the stocks and use the proceeds to invest in bonds, or you can keep your stocks and bonds and use any extra money you have to purchase more bonds. So there is no better time for you to review and rebalance your investments than now. And another thing for you to keep in mind is that the stock market currently is reaching its peak. Since the financial crisis, the stock market has been going well, has been growing, has been doing well, and is reaching the peak of the cycle, right? So this is a very good time for you to take a good look at your overall portfolio and make sure that your mix of assets are still balanced and they are still in line or aligned with your goals. There's no better time to review and rebalance your investments than now. Your number 2 money move this year end is to make a wish list of your investments, right? As you make your shopping list, make your investment list as well. For those investments you wish to sell or buy, make a list and monitor them so that when the time and price is right, you are ready to buy or you're ready to sell. Good investors, or what I would like to call rational investors, they will typically buy when the price is low and sell when the price is high. But you have to be prepared and ready. That means you must have studied, you must have made note of the investments or the assets that you wish to buy, you must have made note of the price range that you wish to buy or sell. Then you make a list and then you monitor the market so that whenever the price or the timing matches what you made on your list or matches what your plan is, you're ready to buy or you're ready to sell. So make a wish list of your investments just like you make your shopping list. Your third money move this period on your investments is to save on taxes. Your goal this year end, is to save on taxes, and there's no better time to do that than now. The new year comes with a tax filing season, and the best way for you to make more money is to keep more of the money you already made. If you're an investor that likes to buy when the price is right and sell when the price is high, chances are that you've made some profits on your investment. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like to pay a large portion of your profit as taxes, right? Now, you are going to look at your investment strategically at year end. If you sold some of your investments at a profit and some at a loss, you would realize your loss for tax purposes. It is called harvesting your tax losses. This means that you will use your losses to reduce the taxes you would have paid on the gains you made on your portfolio. So normally when you sell an asset and you make profits, you're going to pay taxes on the profit. But if there's an asset you also sold but you made loss on them, you can use the losses to offset the profit you would have paid or the taxes you would have paid on the profit that you made. So strategically, investors use it to kind of balance and save on taxes. So if you have a stock, as an example, in your portfolio that is underperforming or just really underperforming, instead of leaving it there at the end of the year and then carry it over, you can sell it at a loss. But if you have made profit on some of your investments, you can use that loss to reduce the taxes you would have paid on your profit. So it's a good investment strategy. It's a good way for you to save on taxes. By doing this, you are making the taxman share in your losses and you are saving more money on taxes. So it's a good strategy to look at your investment at year end and harvest your tax losses. Your fourth money move, which is another great way you can save on taxes, is to give gifts that give you back. By giving gifts such as donating to your favorite charity or giving to your friends and family members, this could reduce your taxable income and save you more on taxes. So consider making someone very happy this holiday season by donating and giving the gifts that give you back. So if you are thinking of where to give, consider donating to WealthyGen. They do an awesome job providing financial education and empowering poor widows in Africa through enterprise development. All gifts to WealthyGen are completely tax deductible. So your final money move I want to share this year end will be on your bonuses or any extra income you may receive. So you got a bonus or you just got an extra money. What are you going to do with them? It is important that you plan ahead what to do with any bonus or any extra money you receive this end of the year so that you don't spend it on something that is really not important to you. See, it's very okay to spend your bonus on shopping, right? But think of it this way. If you didn't receive that bonus or if you didn't receive that extra money, you will still end your year very well and you will still live your life normally. But with that extra income, you can start an investment or diversify your existing portfolio. Don't worry if you think the money is not big enough or if you think the money is small, just invest it regardless. Gradually, you will continue to add to it and you will take advantage of the compounding returns to turn that bonus into a better financial outcome for you. So tell me, how are you going to turn your finances around this year end? Share in the comments. If you enjoyed this, share with your friends, subscribe, and leave us a review on iTunes. Thank you for spending some time with me today. My hope is that you're going to get to work and you apply these strategies to make more money this year end and to start the new year on a strong financial path.